everybody. I'm just going to do a little switcheroo here because I am the one leading the ship today. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's a miniature Wallis Work day, so expect roughly 3 45-minute sprints and 3 15-minute breaks, but I think this counts as one of the breaks. I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I'm in a room that I have booked in a co-working space, and I have to give it up at a certain time, so there can't be any extending beyond a certain time. But the plan is 3 45-minute sprints. Definitely, we're going to get that in. Also, we have a Katie Ann. Welcome. How are you today? Steve first.
I am doing great. Went on a little hike this morning to Arthur's Seat. Almost perished on the way down, but I survived. And then I've just been sprawled on the lawn for a little hour with Kitty and Grape, working away on my project.
I love a sprawl.
A lawn sprawl. I think I might becoming a picnic boilie. I think that's going to be my personality for this summer.
Wait, wasn't I literally just talking to you about how you're like, oh, I don't like a picnic? And I was like, oh,
We just had this conversation last Wednesday.
Okay, I'm so happy that you're coming around to
I'm seeing the truth, Wallis. I'm seeing the truth.
Yes, I love a picnic. Katie Ann, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's just a very casual day. Was watching some tennis. Like Steve said, we were sprawled out on the lawn for a while. So yeah, just a very relaxing Wednesday, which is nice.
Good. I'm also doing well. This is day 19 of my 75-day challenge, and I am hoping on this stream to get all 3 of my writing sprints done for the day. And then I'm kind of in a pattern right now where I do 3 days of writing and then 1 day off. So I'm planning to take tomorrow off from writing. So it's kind of like, I just have 3 hours of work I got to get done, and then it's the weekend, kind of.
Yeah.
A weekend on Wednesday. Love it.
Except not at all, because I have beta reading I have to do. I have videos I need to edit. I've got so much. I still have like organizing of my apartment that needs to get done. I'm all moved in. I just now need to like actually make it my own. So there's lots to be done, but I'm going to allow my creative well to refill for the writing. So I'm going to say hello to everybody. Jod is here. Mars is here. Jessica Berry is here. I'm ready to get stuff done. I hope everybody else is. I had this big plan of doing lots of tiny animals. Like I was going to do a miniature elephant and like a puppy-sized giraffe and stuff. But then I realized like I didn't know if it was going to translate, so I just did puppies. So just to indicate that it's a small version of a Wallis Work day, because I feel like the true Wallis Work day is 8 hours, right? It was a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know we had quantified a Wallis Work day.
Yes, back when they were first envisioned, they were like the whole point was that it was 9 to 5. That was the vibe. I also am in such a puppy mood right now. Like now that I'm fully moved into my apartment, I'm like, you know what would just make this place a home? A little dog.
Oh no.
A little dog. Jessica says, I want the one on the far left looking right at the camera. He's serious, so composed. You just know he's a psycho. Wendy is here. Susan is here. Has anyone figured out what the weird XP-ness is? I don't know. Let's see. You get XP for sending messages in chat. I guess YouTube's trying to incentivize chatting. I wonder if there's a way on our end that we can disable that if that's bothering people. Hi, Lizzie. It's YouTube trying desperately to do a top chatters thing. Good morning, everybody. Yes.
Also, I don't think people in our chat, it's incentivizing the chat.
Very chatty, and we appreciate it.
Love it.
Love the beguiled Stieg.
Thank you.
Hi, Elena. Hi, Stu. Wait, is this Stu? Has this been
new
Stu?
Picture.
New picture unlocked. Hello.
If it is Stu, Stu is gorgeous, and I was right to stand Stu. Mars says, my friend and I were going to have a picnic yesterday, but the thunderstorms started way earlier than they were supposed to, and there was a tornado warning in Philly. We just went home.
Aww.
Okay. Laura says, I'm so excited. I'm going to the Rip Bodice bookstore next month, going to peruse all the Pretty Romance books and attend a book release / signing.
Ooh.
I remember during my launch week, Katie and Devesha and like a whole group of people went down to the Rip Bodice in Brooklyn, right? And they had a copy of A Dazzle, didn't they?
They had several.
That was
They had
so
a stack.
exciting. Oh, so exciting. Mara says, I just finished my morning stretches as per 75 Silly Goals, and boy, is my body letting me know that I'm out of shape. Yeah, I was supposed to do yesterday, I had scheduled to do a full body workout, like in my gym. But the day before, I'd gone to a yoga session that was meant to be a slow flow, but we did a ton of like squatting and holding of poses, and my legs just weren't going to let me. They were like, we need a day. Hi, Flora. Malika is here. Hello. When have we ever needed payback to get our chat on? Yeah, no. Hi, Nina. Hi, everybody. Devesha, Grape Fry, how are you this afternoon?
I am maybe not in the best area, so the Wi-Fi is a little spotty. It's been going in and out, but otherwise, I give it a 6.8 out of 10.
Okay, kind of middling, upper middling.
Yeah, not terrible. Got better once I had some food. Had some fresh air, but
Fair enough. I'm very excited because, well, it's start at the tail end of the next sprint, so I'll have to wait until the beginning of the second sprint. But the co-working space that I go to every week or so, they do like one fun morning, and today is Waffle Wednesday, and I'm very excited. And they're gonna be from 9 to 11 waffles. So I'm at like a solid 8.5 out of 10 because the promise of waffles on the horizon, but I'm also hungry and I have to wait before I can have one. But that's okay. It'll be interesting to see what writing I get done while slightly hungry and not caffeinated.
Dangerous pairing.
Yeah, in the next 5 minutes, do people want to quickly go over what they're going to be working on today?
Today, I am working on outlining my second draft. I finished rereading one novel and doing the reverse outline a couple of days ago. And I've outlined Act 1 of the new draft, of Draft 2, into something I think will be, vaguely book-shaped by the end of Act 1. So now I'm in Act 2 trying to kind of, finagle the fun and games part, figuring it out, what are the steps to the romance subplot? What is the mystery? Like, how does that unravel to the reader? Sort of like trying to Frankenstein together several storylines into a singular storyline so that it makes sense. And I think that will be the hardest part probably of this outlining because I'm pretty happy with how the events of the back half of the book turned out.
Nice.
Obviously not perfect, but I think, the building blocks are there. While my fun and games, there was no fun and no games. So that's what I'll be working on.
Fair enough. KDM?
I'm going to try to get 1,000 words in something, anything, just kind of been keeping the writing muscle flexed. And yeah, I've been getting 1,000 words every day.
Is it me, Jesus?
Hello?
No,
I think it's us.
We can
Wallis.
hear you, Katie, but you aren't, like, your video isn't smooth.
Awesome.
But we can hear you perfectly. Your answer was great.
Okay. You don't need to look at me.
Oh, you can look at me. How great.
Yeah, let's look at Wallis. Your preferred person to look at.
And Devesha, how about you? What are you going to be working on?
Some world building stuff at the moment.
Nice. Like I said, I'm going to be working on book 2. The other day, I had a huge writing session where I wrote thousands and thousands of words, all of the main male character's backstory, but it was him telling somebody that, and I was like, wow, he's just straight up monologuing for pages and pages. One of the things I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to turn away from the corkboard or the whiteboard from you guys, so I'm not giving away spoilers on the internet, but I'm going to have to figure out how to restructure so that way all of this information doesn't get dropped on the audience at once, and it kind of is sprinkled in as the story continues. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I think I'm going to do for the first sprint. I am feeling good.
Love that for you.
Mom wants to know how the rooms are.
Exactly what you think a college room are in England.
Scotland. You're in Scotland.
Scotland, sorry, the British Isles.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, for the price, I think they're nice.
Wendy says, I'm going to try and actually finish the last scene from my last month's goal. And Jessica says, I love the is it me, Jesus, followed by the universe. Hello. Like there's Jesus in everyone. That's so fun. Hi, Kate. How are you? All right. Well, amazingly, I still have 2 minutes left to fill before we
Shocking.
start 1 minute. Cameron says, I miss Edinburgh. Mom says, I only had one when I went to Glasgow. Then when I moved to Edinburgh, I was like, nope, I'm going to be renting. F this. I think she means dorms. Yeah. Dorms are cozy. They can be
I
very
never lived at a dorm. I
Oh,
rented, like, it was a regular house converted into little rooms, and you had like communal areas.
got it.
So that's what I did for college. And then for the other college, I just stayed with my sister. So this is my first dorm.
Devesh, are you going to be working on the pirate book today?
No.
Oh, well, we're going to be doing a pirate timer. All right. Wow, this minute
I'm
is
working on a short story, by the way.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Longer.
Time to get going. Happy sprinting, everybody. Deeply, deeply sorry. That shook me to my core. I think Grape is also having a time. Are you okay, Devisha?
I realized that the camera is on this side, and my phone was just like as I'm fiercely typing. I'm on the other side. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. How was that sprint? I'm not sure if Steve is here, so we're gonna give him until the end of this sentence to unmute. Okay, Katie, how was the sprint for you?
I will not lie to you. It was very me laying on the bed doom scrolling. I'm
Okay.
just very tired, so I.
What do we mean by doom scrolling? Like, were you just regular scrolling, or is there something dooming on your horizon?
I think just regular scrolling. I was just scrolling TikTok, which is
Okay.
something I hate to do. So it feels like doom to me because I feel bad about like doing it. So I don't like doing it. But alas, I was sucked in.
I get it. Also, I should not confess, but give an update to Devisha because she's been trying to catch me out. I did, in fact, take my computer into my bedroom. 2 afternoons ago, I wasn't feeling well, and so I was like lying down to watch The Gilded Age on my laptop. And so I am now wondering if I'm trying to maintain that sanctity of it as a no digital zone. And so, but I'm like wondering if I should allow it like once a week or something like that. But then I feel like, no, I want it to be a sacred, sanctified space, no digital, like nothing like that. The only thing I can do is listen to audiobooks or podcasts while I'm in my room, like playing them on my phone. Problem is, I love my couch. Don't get me wrong. I love my couch. It's a great sitting couch. It's not a great lying down couch.
Yes.
And so I don't really have a place to lie down. And as we know, your girly pump loves to be horizontal. Like it is my favorite position, in fact. So yeah, I know. Anyway, so I know, but I think this is a good thing because I'm really actually trying to break that habit. I'm trying to break the habit of just lying around all day on my technology. If I'm going to be on technology, then I have to be slightly uncomfortable and sit. And it has to be, the trade-off. Or if I feel the need to be horizontal, if I feel the need to rest, I have to go and do that without technology. And I think that's going to be more holistically good for me than being horizontal and being on tech. Anyway, Katie, I'm trying to say all of this as a way of saying maybe you should start some form of restriction for yourself as well, of like, if you're really trying to remove TikTok from your life, that,
I mean,
maybe that's something
if I really wanted to remove TikTok from my life, I would just delete it off my phone. Like,
that's true.
Yet I don't, I just, I'm just, but not feeling particularly motivated today. So
that's fair. I mean, you're traveling, you're having a, world adventure, so you deserve rest.
But
what? Do you feel like you're not taking full advantage?
Yeah, that I also always just feel guilt about not doing enough, or like not doing enough, like even like I am in a place that I've never been before. I should be going out and exploring all these things and doing a bajillion things a day and, making the most of it. And, I always just get slightly annoyed at myself if I'm taking the time to rest and not doing something else productive writing wise, like creatively, like not even like working like specifically on,
Excuse me, ma'am. You know what you could do? Sorry to interrupt you, but you know what you could do? You could edit some goddamn videos.
Oh, my bad. Big sigh. Another thought. Froggy, the way I'm looking for a chaise lounge. Anyway, no, that is like on the buy list. You don't even understand, Froggy. It is happening. I might even be a 2 chaise lounge kind of girl. One in the dining room area and then one in the bedroom. Anyway, but what I was going to say to you, Katie, is if you don't want to edit or write or anything like that, but you still feel that like travel guilt, part of your rest, you could do like a Wikipedia rabbit hole about different people, famous people from Edinburgh or something like that. Just like, do a little bit of reading about the town that you're in. I always love doing that. That's something fun for me.
It's a good idea.
But I'm sorry though that you are feeling a certain type of way about just at this moment.
Yeah. It's fine.
Maybe
it is what it is.
Maybe with the next 10 minutes, resolve to do something during the next sprint for only 10 minutes that will then give yourself permission to do whatever you want to do after that. So 10 minutes of one thing, whether that is finding a cool place to eat or a hole in the wall that you want to visit during this week, or editing a little bit or writing a little bit just for 10 minutes. And then you give yourself permission for the rest of the sprint to do whatever you want.
It's a good idea. I do need to book myself a spa appointment for Oxford, so maybe I'll do that.
Devesha, how was that sprint for you?
It was good. I've got like a numbered list sort of outline situation going on.
Love a numbered list. Super fun. And what can you drop us a little one interesting world building tidbit that you implemented?
I have inserted a shaman in the middle of a situation.
All right.
Ooh.
Wise person.
I've essentially stolen the Camino, and I've given him a shaman. Not
I love
him.
it.
The Camino's not a person.
But you've given it a shaman. I get it.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
That's super cool. I've been reading a lot of death poems by Japanese monks, and a lot of them, their death poems are haikus that envision life as a nature metaphor. And I was like, oh, it would be kind of so fun to do the Camino again and write a haiku every single day, because haikus in their, I don't know, Mars, you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're the one here who's, got a degree in poetry or something like that. But haikus, it's not just about the syllables, but they are in theory meant to be connected to nature. And this is a great question from Miranda. Does your stolen Camino have a pilgrim?
Who's to say the shaman isn't the hot pilgrim? Hello?
That's fair. To let people in on the joke, when I walked the Camino in 2023, there was, I was there for very intense spiritual reasons, and yet I was also very grounded in earthly realities, because I kept telling the troublemakers about this hot pilgrim I kept running across, and we just called him Hot Pilgrim. Anyway, so
what
there
a
you
really
go.
top thing to do too.
Yeah, absolutely. I've decided really truly, the first time I did the Camino, it was super isolating, but it needed to be. The next time I do the Camino, she's going to be a content queen. The daily vlogs that I'm doing for 75 Hard, I will 100% at least attempt to do for the Camino too. I'm taking you guys all with me next time, because I said, the next time I walk it will be out of joy, not out of desperation. And, I want to share and spread that joy. So anyway, I did well during that sprint. It was mainly rereading. I am not starting over, but I am going back to chapter 3 and reworking. Right now, my chapter 3 is literally almost 20 pages of my character just walking around and being like, that's the elementary school. This is the street where this happened. It's just it was me figuring out the layout of the town. And I now, when you go that many pages without dialogue, it's such a prime place for me to actually scoot up certain character introductions and get glimpses of important people, and move the plot forward. So my goal for today is actually, I have in a separate document, I have a chapter 3 alternate that I'm going to write today. And then hopefully by the end of the day, copy and paste it into the book, and then maybe spend a little time fixing inaccuracies that were created by this shifted chapter. So I might be doing more than 3 sprints today. And honestly, now that I'm on this path, I kind of don't even want to take tomorrow off, but I'm also like, I know that I probably should, but also now I'm feeling good and I'm like, I want to take advantage of when I'm feeling good and only take days off when I feel like I'm not feeling good. So we'll see. Also, I can smell the waffles. The waffles are happening. They're like,
Ooh.
nose. It's like in a totally different part of the building, but I have such a super sniffer that I'm really excited. All right, I'm
Maybe
not
instead
sure.
of taking the whole day off, you let yourself have a half day.
Well, I mean, the thing is that like for example, I have no true days off from my 75-day challenge. Like every day I have to take my medicine. Every day I have to do my 10 minutes of journaling. Every day I have to do the blog. And oh my God, let me tell you guys, I really wanted to not have to do the blog yesterday. I was not feeling the blog yesterday, but there's no real half day for writing because it's just 3 45-minute sprints, right? So like today I'm doing my writing, but I'm not doing exercise. I'm taking a day off from exercise. I'm giving my body a rest day. And so like,
oh, I thought you were taking a day off from writing tomorrow. That's what I was talking, like kind of working on.
Yes, but it's like, I am taking a half day off, or I'm taking a day off, but it's like, it's just 3 hours. So it's, I don't know, like taking a half day. What does that even look like? I just do 1 45-minute sprint and 1 20-minute sprint, I guess. But
half day.
But by that point, I'm like, oh, I'm already halfway done. Might as well just finish the day, Okay, so there are different kinds of waffles, but the special waffle of the month is a dragon fruit waffle. I have no idea what that's going to taste like, so I will be reporting back. Let's see. I'm going to go into the comments a bit. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try and get through this fast. I don't know where Stieg is also. I think Grayson was here, but then hopped out. Can't tune in, but we'll watch the replay. Love you so much, Grayson.
Congratulations on your new job.
Yeah, Anna did work. Susan got distracted by a new short idea, then 394 in the mine. I love that. Had a muffin, watched that with Crystal about StreamYard's stupid new updates. Oh, I got distracted by my notes, then pulled it together at the end and got a little bit done. Nice. Saylet gestures generally. I am sick, so I'm just playing Stardew Valley today. Take care of yourself and rest up. That's all you need to do today. Neon Moon had a snack and read through my notes for the next chapter. Not a plotline exactly, more of a general direction. I love it. Froggy opened my Word document and finally started writing for the day, even though I was meant to start hours ago, and now you have started, so good job. Stu wrote 200 words and made some breakfast. I could lie on the floor, but it's about being cozy, comfy, and this is also meant to be my 30, flirty, and thriving, fabulous 30-year-old girly pop apartment, and lying on the floor just feels very early 20s to me. Not me currently. Oh my God, my laptop. These are all personal standards. These are not standards I hold other people to. So
floor time is restorative at any day, any age.
Well, a grounding time I agree with. And if I was on the ground floor, then I would consider floor time grounding time, which I consider a wellness session. But since I'm on the third floor, it's no longer grounding time. We continued reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry with about 50 pages. Crystal spent that stream mostly on the phone. And what the heck is StreamYard doing? LOL. Lizzie wrote 32 solid words. Come on, Lizzie, pick it up. You got this. Jessica says, I ate breakfast, crocheted a little, and then got ready to write, but then maintenance showed up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wallis is going to invest in we already talked about that. Be kind to yourself, Lady Katie. You just published a damn book. So true. Good reminder. I'm dreaming up bookshelves for a new room. Also trying to hydrate so I won't dehydrate. Love it. We really got to get going. Hold on. Woot. She's a daily vlogger now, kind of. Oh, Wallis, I'm really enjoying your daily update videos. So fun. Good. I'm glad somebody is. Please, not to content farm. No, that's not the right word. Please comment on those people if you watch them and you enjoy them, because I love the comments, and the comments are what keep me going, keep me posting them. So not to ask for a favor, but if you engage with it, comment on it and let me know. The vids are peak inspiration meets escapism. Woo, yay. Oh, bye, Katie Ann. Okay, but regular waffles, we already talked about that.
What?
No, Steve, he was here and then he left. Been doing work for work. Big chunky sprints are great for that. Floor time comes back in your mid-30s with cozy cushions bought for that purpose. Then I imagine it goes away as your back starts hurting more. Okay, I got it. I did it. Let's go to the ghost ship timer now. And I'm going to go get waffles. And it's time to go. But I haven't presented it yet. The sprint is going. Everybody start out of the fog. Here we go.
I'm gonna go to the store to get a Coke. Katie, do you want something? Text me.
Okay.
Thank you, Malika. And thank you so much for commenting them on them every day. Happy sprinting, everybody. Alrighty. We have a beguiled back after some technical difficulties.
So sorry. I looked up because there was no alarm last sprint. I looked up and I'm like, oh, 2 minutes, over the time. I should probably go back. And then it just wouldn't go back. And then everything just disappeared from my screen. And then my computer went black. And then I charged it. And now we're so back, baby.
Wait, that's crazy because you literally popped in for a little bit and then we're totally
Yeah, it was
gone.
probably because it stood working for 10 minutes and okay, it's going to pop back sometimes. It didn't. So just force shut it down. And then
But
when I
we
tried
could,
to turn it on
see
again,
you
it was
for a
just
little
back.
bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was I clothed?
You were close.
Okay. Thank Lord. But yeah. Luckily, I'm working on paper and not the computer, so I was not, beholden to a mechanical device to do some work.
Nice.
But I'm just trying to not spoil too much. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm making sort of a thought chart
Okay.
over the mystery of my novel, the red herrings and the clues, and trying to come up in which order they unfold to the reader and the main character, and how I can weave the romance subplot and stuff in between. So that's kind of just what I've been working on. And then when I figure that out, I'm going to transfer it to a Google document.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that your technical difficulties have resolved, and I'm also glad that you were able to get some work done despite of that.
Thank you, Chief.
Katie Ann, how did we do? Did we do our one task for 10 minutes?
Yes, sort of.
Okay.
I opened up yet another project. I've had a bajillion open whilst on this trip. And I read through what I had written before and did some brainstorming, which mostly just consisted of me staring into the middle distance, eating Cadbury buttons.
Ooh, love those.
Which were so beautifully, graciously, amazingly delivered by Miss Great Fry, and along with the Coke. So we're going to try to rally. But yeah, I just spent a lot of that time just staring off, trying to think of things to write, to say, to mayhaps think about. But it's a struggle, so.
Well, I'm glad that you rallied a little bit.
Just a little bit. The teeniest amount. I don't know if you can even see me.
We can see you.
Okay. I don't know if I was frozen or not.
You're at
Am I
an
new to rally?
angle, but we can see you.
Yes. Yeah.
Mostly not to sound like a hypocrite, but you know what often helps people? Editing videos. Helps them generate new ideas.
I didn't do that.
Wow.
Don't do that to me.
Devesha, how did you do during that sprint? Oh, I think a cloud just passed over the sun. It got super dark.
What did I do? I made my bed. I did something else cleaning related that I can't remember at this very moment. And then I went down and walked to the store, came back, and then I sat down. It was 10 minutes left, so I got distracted, but I was going to work on my to-do list next.
All right. I did well. I went and got waffles, and I have consumed said waffles. If you want to see the waffles, I did film them for the vlog, so you can see them tomorrow in tomorrow morning's reel.
I was very intrigued by this passion fruit waffle moment. So
it dragon fruit, not passion fruit.
Oh, dragon fruit.
But just to tell you, I had one quarter of a dragon fruit waffle with a little bit of butter and some homemade whipped cream. Very lovely. And then I also had 1/4 of a chocolate waffle that I covered with Nutella and raspberries. Also very super delicious. So you'll get to see the visual in tomorrow's video though. And then I came back and I did a teensy bit of admin stuff. So I'm only counting that last sprint as 30 minutes. So at some point today, I need to tack on an additional 15 minutes of writing work, which I'll probably just do as soon as this stream is over. And once I have to leave this room, I'll just go find a little corner and get 15 more minutes of work done. But I am currently deep into my reframing of the 3rd chapter, and I feel like I'm liking it better. I think it's more dynamic. I like the characters I brought on screen on page earlier, I guess. Also on screen, because I'm writing on a screen right now. But my kind of worry, and this has been an issue for many of the chapters in this book, is that there's so much that needs to happen in this chapter that by pausing here, where I've basically taken a scene that took less than a paragraph and I've expanded it into multiple pages. And because of that, I'm worried this chapter is going to approach 20 pages long, which is much too long for this early in the book. So this book has so many threads, and I'm trying to figure out now at what point am I going to have to just cut some threads loose because it's just too much. So it's interesting. Yeah.
Question. Sorry, I'm trying to formulate it in my brain. Chapter 3, you said, did you not just deliver the pages?
Yeah.
Have you gone back and started working on it again?
Well, so I was like on chapter 14 or something like that, and I did this huge lore dump for the main male character. And it was like pages and pages of him monologuing about his past. And I was like, well, I think his past is fascinating, but this is not a fascinating reading experience. And so I was like, okay, I would like to get a good chunk of this into an earlier chapter, but because of that, then I need to make room in that earlier chapter. And in that earlier chapter, we have a character be introduced that I was already feeling like he was being introduced too late. And that's not the main male character, it's a side character, but he's an important side character. And so now I am taking out that character introduction and pushing it to chapter 3. So that way in that middle chapter, more like chapter 7, we don't need to spend those pages on that character's introduction. We can spin those pages with the main male character, which she was already going to do in that chapter anyway. They have a confrontation, and I kind of want some lore drop in that confrontation rather than it all happening in this later chapter. So in the 100 pages that I gave to my editor she knows they're not finalized, right? I told her, and she's not even going to review them. I mean, she might read them out of curiosity, but she's not going to give me notes. She's not going to edit them because I told her they are going to change before I submit the actual draft to her. So, and I was getting to a place where I couldn't move on because I had done this huge lore drop, and I now, in order to write future scenes, I need to know what lore has actually been dropped in this scene or what lore I'm going to save for later and put into a later scene. So that's why I wanted to take a couple of days to go in and do this reshuffling. So.
Okay. Thank you for answering the question. The people rest case.
You are welcome. Does anybody have any other thoughts on anything? Not about me or about you, but about other things.
Not about you.
Quick, like 5-word summary of how your trip is going so far, each of you, starting with Steve.
Oh, I am having a lot misspelled into one word. Fun.
A lot fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Katie?
Fun, friends, but feet hurt.
Have you looked up a reflexology place? There's some good ones in Edinburgh where you can get your specifically foot rubs.
I don't love foot rubs, if I'm being so completely for real, because I don't like people touching my feet. But
when your feet hurt, you're gonna love it. I'm just saying.
I know.
Big fan.
But then I'd have to walk there and walk back. No, I don't know. Deweja, your 5 words?
Yeah, my 5 words were going to be, I'm tired of walking, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
So at this point, are you wishing you ended up renting that car?
I mean, no, but
it would have been taken back already.
Oh, that's true. You were only going to do it for a day or 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go into the comments. Thank you for the 5-sentence breakdowns. Hello, we have a cat who has arrived. Just sat down with my lunch with 12 seconds left on the clock. What are we having today? I said goodbye to Mullen already. Mars did some reading, got to page 240 of Two Twisted Crowns. Froggy wrote about 500 words and went to get a snack. Jessica outlined chapter 2 of Labyrinth, but gay, and got 581 words for that sprint and fought with the cat. Oh no! Froggy loves the chocolate buttons, Katie. I haven't had those in so long.
They're so good.
My brain was like, how is Grape bringing you things? But yes, they are in the same room. I think Malika is talking about the waffles that I had. They were very good. Anna says, apologies if you've already covered it, but how are you feeling about the challenge? I am really proud of how far I've gotten. I do think, and this was something that I talked about in my description for today's video on Instagram. I do think I need to use one of my 7 graces. I basically have given myself a 10% grace room on this challenge, where basically 7 different times, because it's a 75-day challenge, 7 different times I'm allowed to basically skip a task that I hadn't planned on skipping for the day. So like I do have days of the week where I plan to like tomorrow I'm planning on taking the day off from writing that, and because I'm doing that, that doesn't count as a grace because that was already planned. But last night, I was doing my second workout for the day, but I was doing a wellness session instead of a workout, which I'm allowed to do twice a week. And I only got 15 minutes into this meditation because it was like so ridiculous. I just was like, this is not, I don't know. A lot of meditations that you find online are about how to be at peace with where you are in your career. And, you know, if you don't have everything that you want in life, and I'm just like, this is not the thing I'm looking for. I need somebody to help me come to terms with existentialism. Like that's the kind of meditation that I'm looking for. So I only did 15 minutes. I didn't do a full 45. And I think at this point, I think I need to count that as a grace, which is okay because I'm almost 3 weeks into it and it will be the first grace that I use. So I've been nervous about using my graces because I'm really afraid I'm going to get sick. And I'm going to need this long stretch of days where I need to take off from working out. And so that's this like little fear that I have, but it's okay. But overall, I'm feeling really happy that it's something I'm doing. I feel very validated because I know that if I didn't set the goal to do the daily videos, I would not still be doing this challenge because there have been some really tough days that I really wanted to throw in the towel. And the only thing that kept me going was the fact that I knew I needed to report in. And so I am very validated by that because I had some naysayers who were like, you should do like a weekly vlog or something like that. And I was like, no, it needs to be daily. But I'm also feeling really good about how much work I've gotten done. I have written so much now of the second act of the book. I'm on a really good pace right now with it, which is another reason why I'm feeling comfortable going back to earlier chapters just for the next couple days to get things worked out. I'm feeling pretty confident that this challenge is going to see me through to the end of the draft and I'm going to get it in, if not exactly on time, maybe only like a day or two post deadline. So thank you for asking the question, Anna. And I think it was just addressed to me, but
You're muted.
What? I'm muted?
No, mute. Stieg. You said something, Stieg, and you were muted. I don't know what.
Sorry, I was just saying that I've been loving keeping tabs. Not keeping tabs. That sounds like I'm stalking you, but I've been loving keeping up with the Wallaces.
Well,
keeping up with all these moves.
Well, I'm glad. I've been, like I said, the videos have been holding me accountable, that's for sure. Bombastus agrees with you, Katie. No touchy the feet. Danny wrote around 800 words. Fantastic. Anna appreciates the wiggle room I worked into the challenge. Yep, absolutely necessary. I think the make or break element of 75 hard is too restrictive for me. The pressure, I wouldn't be able to deal with that many days uninterrupted of not just writing, but it's more the physicality of the working out. I think it's really unhealthy to do that much movement for 75 days straight. Your body does need rest. Jessica says, I think I'll be able to write faster on this outline after Saturday when I get my nails done and get rid of these monster claws. Okay, it's time to go on to the next sprint. I had sausage, potatoes, and cabbage. It was yummy. That does sound really good. Oh, I've straight up been stalking Walls. Thanks, Jess. Okay, everybody. We are going to go back to this timer because it's the one that's been recommended to us, and we're just trying to make life easy. And this is our final sprint of today's stream. Present, share screen, lost at sea timer. All right, happy sprinting. All right, friends, that is the end of our sprints, and we're about to hit the 3-hour mark. I still have the room for a little bit, so we can chit chat. We don't need to run off immediately. Stieg, why are we double fisting somebody? Why are we getting someone?
I was doing a little shimmy, but you turned it into something dirty, Wallace.
Oh, you were
and I will
doing
never
a
forgive you.
shimmy.
Doing a little. Haven't you seen what's the chicken shop girl? She does a little shimmy dance. Amelia
de Moldenberg.
That sounds approximate. She also would always do a little shimmy dance, and I was trying to do that. But thank you for making it something sexual, Wallace. That's why I love you.
How did you do, my dear?
I am done with a little mind map situation.
Nice.
And I'm taking all the IDs and turning it into like tangible scenes with actual story instead of just like red herring. So I'm like, okay, this scene is where, it breaks into the room because of this and this reason. So I bought some sticky notes at the local university shop someday. And first of all, these have like the flimsiest whiff of glue on them. So they might just fall off when I show you, but I'm like compiling scenes in order.
Oh, nice.
So just like, okay, this is where we introduce the red herring character. This is, where he follows this lead. This is that clue. So I'm just trying to get like basically an order of events so that I know, so that I know the story of the book up until the midpoint reveal. So that's what I've been doing.
I love it. I'm so pleased. I hope that goes well for you. I'm excited to hear about how the sticky notes aid your process.
Calling it a sticky note is very generous. It is a square piece of paper with, the La Croix of a hint of glue on them. So, gotcha. And these are from a university. Like, shame on you, college.
Mm-hmm. Katie Ann, how did you do?
I took a shower, so that was a nice little interlude. Okay. And then I just, did that, got a little bit more dressed, put on some moisturizer. Yeah.
And also scrolled maybe a little bit, was your shower like very long?
It was a bit of scrolling.
There was a bit of scrolling. Okay. Devesha, how did you do?
Off screen. I meant to take a shower, but I primarily scrolled.
Okay. Goodness.
It's because they're going on a bus tour later that I'm not going on. So I'm like, okay, what's there in the area that I could do?
Oh, you're not going.
What? It was a lot of sounds at once.
Stink. You can go ahead.
Wallace?
Looks the complete wrong way.
He was making a joke because I pointed to the wrong way. I was just saying you're not going on the witch tour?
Oh, no.
Not a fan? A little too spooky for you?
I don't know this place. I don't know their ghosts. I don't want to go home with anything,
I hear you. And I respect that deeply. I did well. I continued to work that sprint. We're going to count. I did go to the bathroom at one point, but it was teeny tiny. So we're going to count that as a full 45. And I'm getting really close to fully gluing this chapter.
Not that for you.
So I do think after we end this stream, I'm going to go ahead and just have that, even though I'm technically only need to do 15 more minutes of work for my writing for the day, I think just to really feel like good about taking tomorrow off, I'm going to go ahead and try and get this chapter finished and do some reviewing of some of the later chapters to kind of adjust for this adjustment. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and look at the comments. How did everybody do? I love this. Gotta go. Off to meet my whole family at badminton. So British. So British. Susan decided to play horror movie soundtrack for vibes. This may have been a poor life choice. Depends on what time of day it is. Can I say something so interesting? Except for the era in which I was watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit every night, I never really felt frightened in my studio apartment. I always felt so secure, even though I was on the first floor, had a door that opened out, like did not need a key to get into the building. Like you needed a code to get into the door, but like you could just come in off the street into my apartment, right? And now that I'm higher up on the third floor, I am so spooked at night. I like do that running jump into bed when all the lights are off. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just kind of spooked and I don't know why. So yeah, I've been trying to not watch anything scary in the evenings. It's been the Gilded Age for me in the evenings before I go to bed.
Which is only scary if you're rich.
I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm not going to. Sayla says, work meeting in a few minutes. Love y'all. Author Jessica Berry says, all motivation to do anything more than listen to music and crochet went out the window when I got up to put my laundry in the washer. Oof. Today's also laundry day for me. I've decided Wednesdays are definitive laundry day for this new era of Wallissimo. I wish you luck with your laundry. Susan got over 1,200 words for this stream despite many distractions. Congratulations. Very well done. Mars has been working on a YouTube short. I'm about halfway through editing it. Do we get a little preview, sneak peek? What is this going to be? Is it about 75 Silly? Neon Moon got about 500.
Oh, funny.
No, please, Devasia, go for it.
I was just saying the name of that is so fun. 75 Silly.
I do like it a lot. Also, I love how Mars is like, it's 75 Silly, and then like has so many goals.
So many.
Like, hello?
So many. I was like,
This is
oh my God.
so much.
Amazing.
Silly, goofy mood, or really putting the pedal to the metal. Neon Moons has got about 500 words of a skeleton draft. It's going slow because there's so many characters in the scene. Gotcha. Jessica agrees with you, Steve. They just don't make sticky notes like they used to. Wendy said, I finished the scene. Q2 goal officially done. Now I need to come up with a Q3 goal. I also need to come up with a Q3 goal because we are, in fact, in Q3. Make sure everybody update your accountability sheets if you haven't already so you don't get a Sono update. Because we had a lot of those 2 weeks ago. Susan says, ghosts are the best / worst souvenir. I don't know. What do we think the Scottish ghosts would think of Georgia?
They'd probably hate it.
They'd probably evaporate in the humidity. That was what I was going to say. Right? They wouldn't be able to handle it. Well, Devasia, if you go off and out on your own and you do come across a handsome Scottish ghost, I highly recommend getting involved.
Okay.
Does he have an estate she can inherit, though? That's what I want to know.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe just go for a handsome Scottish man. I find Scottish men.
I was like, yeah, does he have to be dead? Does he have to be a ghost?
No, he doesn't have to be. Actually, yeah, what are the vibes there? Like, have any of you guys opened up Hinge while you've been in Scotland?
No, girl.
No? That's too bad.
There's
I feel like
a lot of old
my
people.
favorite accent. It's my, Well, they might have estates you could inherit.
There's a lot of old German people here right now because I think there's like a German soccer match happening against Edinburgh. Maybe?
Oh, right. We have been seeing a lot of those.
A lot of German men. So I've been hearing a lot more German than I have Scottish brogue.
Wow, how strange.
To be fair, yeah. And we're on a campus, and there's like a plethora of exchange students coming from other schools. There's like, clumps of 30 Spanish or French students.
Children.
So,
children.
Yeah. Little children.
So either old people or babies.
I have not been hearing a lot of Scottish, just mostly, French and Spanish and German.
Well, there you go. How very international of you all. Susan says, yeah, I think it probably is just related to a bigger space, right? More places to hide, more corners that something could jump out at me. And also, I'm just also have been experiencing a spike in my anxiety, which is crazy because I've been consistently taking my anxiety medication, as you all know if you've been watching my videos. And yet it,
Imagine how bad it'd be if you didn't have your crazy person pills.
that is what I think of, truly. I'm just like, ooh, we could be in the depths right now if I was not being good about the crazy person pills. Mars
Just a
says,
little something to take the edge off.
yeah, just a scooch. Mars says that the short is recommending summary books. Nice. Kayla is back. Sales team didn't show to the meeting, so we got time back. Pardon me. Had a lot of nightmares last night, so I'm just a little bit sleepy. Mars says, I'm nothing if not a goal setter. Hello, Gwenna the Winner. Obsessed. Hey.
What's the weather like?
Oh my God, found you on the AuthorTube spreadsheet and can't believe it's my first time finding y'all. Well, hello and welcome.
Really?
How are you?
I feel like
Who
you've
put
been
us on
here
a
before,
spreadsheet?
Gwenna.
Yeah, I remember this name.
Well,
Who put us
That
on a
was a good
spreadsheet?
name. I wrote it down.
oh, well, okay. Well, Gwenna, I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to welcome you into the fold.
My question to the rest of the people is, who the fuck put us on an AuthorTube spreadsheet?
There are many AuthorTube spreadsheets. It's fine. I don't understand where this aggression is coming from. We're so happy to have you here. We stream every Wednesday, and today's stream has been a little bit more regimented than normal. We're actually usually quite chaotic and troublesome, which is why we call ourselves the troublemakers. Come back next week if you want to see, a totally different side of things, because I won't be the one in charge. So I think when it's my stream, things are a little more chill, don't you think?
When it's
near great.
He's a 45.
Okay, that's fair.
Get off the rails.
There's friends in Shop Talk can't get off the rails. That is true. But we won't be. Oh my! Wallace, finish your sentence before you start the next one. We won't be having a Sprints and Shop Talk until this draft is turned in. Also, I was thinking about how we haven't done a blank page tavern in months, and then also we won't be doing that until this draft is turned in. So, I know. I'm sorry. For anybody who doesn't know, I run an AuthorTube Dungeons and Dragons game over on a channel called Blank Page Tavern. We've been running for over a year with sporadic breaks. And we're running through the official campaign of Tomb of Annihilation. So if any of you guys are D&D fans and want to catch up on the campaign before we start playing again, now's the time, because we won't be playing again until September, because whenever we do a blank page tavern day, it takes out my entire energy for the day. So honestly, it's not even until this draft is done. It's once my 75 hard challenge is done, because
there's not going to be another blank page tavern.
Don't say that. There 100% is. I am so determined, unless you guys don't want to play anymore, but I can swap in other people if you guys don't want to play anymore.
I am with Laura. Can't wait for the tavern to reopen.
Yeah, we're just closed for the summer is all.
Closed for renovations.
Closed for the spring too. We haven't played since March. It's okay. It's okay. All good things return in the fall. That's a line. That should have been in Adasm. That would have been a great line.
It should have been in Adasm.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to have to write another Halloween book and put it in.
Oh, yeah. Gwenna says, I've been around. It's the streaming spreadsheet. Specifically, didn't Devin manage the spreadsheet? Katie doesn't want to be perceived. LOL, Katie's ready to throw hands for exposure.
Yes.
Hey, you guys. What is that from? That's how I read this sentence. I think that might be from...
Isn't it from The Goonies? Hey, you guys.
I don't know. Hi, JC. Welcome. Mars says, oh my gosh, balls. I think about the blank page tavern all the time. It's been a struggle not to ask when we're going to play next, because I know you got so much going on right now. Well, there you go. Well, first of all, thank you for, I want you guys to be able to check in with me over it, but I also appreciate the consideration that you are having by not asking. I recognize that as someone who also tries to not, who worries that they're bothering people, but you are welcome to nudge me once I say, hey, my draft is turned in. Feel free to nudge me and be like, so, like, tavern tonight, Queen, D&D tonight.
Tonight, Queen?
Okay, everybody's helping me out here. It was Goonies, apparently. Use it for Jasmine's first year anniversary. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I am going to have a video for October 8th of this year. And I'm gonna tell you guys all about the chicken lore of Edasm. Troublemakers.
The chicken lore?
The chicken lore. The very first kernels of this story involved a chicken. So
I'm dying to know.
Wow, that's lore I don't even know.
Yes, you
And
do.
I've
I've told it
10
to you
times.
before. I've told it to you before, but you've just forgotten. Steve, I want to let you know that I'm really missing your Tuesday streams. That said, I hope you are enjoying your break, JC says to you, Steve.
We'll be back the first Tuesday of August, so buckle up, JC. Also, thank you.
And with that, yes, Bombastus, chicken lore eyeballs. With that, we are going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here for these 3 45-minute sprints and 15-minute breaks. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I've enjoyed myself, and I've been very proud of the work I got done, and I'm proud of the work that other people have done as well. Have a great week, and Gwen of the winner, I hope to see you again. Bye.